Good morning, everyone. I'm Nikki Stanzione.
And I'm Kristen Van Dyke.
And this is New Mexico Style. And you don't have to say I'm Kristen Van Dyke in for Kristen Van Dyke because you're back.
I know. It's good to be back. I was on the evening shift, but now I'm back to the morning.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to be back.
Back to your normal schedule, your normal routine after a weekend of mountain biking and having some fun.
Yeah.
Scrapes and all.
I went flying. Yeah, I just got a new mountain bike. First day on the mountain bike, which is my... Can you see the elbow?
Yeah, it's a little scratched up.
Right there.
You need a little
and then I don't know if you can
Neosporin.
see this right here. I have gravel still, or like rock or something still in there.
Well, luckily it's functioning, unlike what happened after snowboarding. So let's just keep
it's just a scrape.
Yeah.
My legs are a different story. They're all bruised up too.
Kristen, you need to do what I do on the weekends. Nothing. No, I'm just kidding. I did something. I did something really fun. I did something that would never cause me to hurt myself. I could promise you that. I went and saw Xanadu. Elias and I went to Xanadu over at Albuquerque Little Theater. Remember, they were on the show and they did a whole performance of magic, and they did such a great job. It was such a fun show, and if you've seen the movie back in the old days, you know, with Olivia Newton-John, old days, 80s, but if you've seen it, then you'll love it because the music is so great and it brings back a lot of memories. And if you haven't seen it, there's a little comic relief, there's good music, it's aesthetically fun to watch, there's a mirror ball, and the set is beautiful. It's really, honestly, I highly recommend it. This is the last week, so I really would recommend if you haven't seen it and you want to get out and see some fun musical theater, go see Xanadu. It's a really good show.
That sounds good.
And I'm scrape-free.
You are. It's a little more relaxing, I guess, than getting out in the mountain biking. But hey, it was my first day on my new bike, and then the second time I went, no falls. So.
You did, but you know what? I give you so much credit because you always get right back up, and that's the key.
I try hard.
It's a good lesson in life, right? Every time you fall, just get right back up and try again. And you know, speaking of that, this is actually a perfect story to exemplify that notion. Giuliana Rancic and husband Bill Rancic are officially expecting their first child, and this has been a long time coming. They have been waiting for this. The E! News anchor and Fashion Police co-host has told E! they are thrilled about this baby due in late summer. Now, the baby will be due via a gestational surrogate. Now, this means that the baby will still be the Rancic's genetic child, but a surrogate will carry the child for Giuliana.
Oh.
Yeah, and you know, I say that they've struggled a lot because if you have been following them at all from their show or just from their appearances on Today's Show and E! Basically, you know, they've had struggles to conceive from having to deal with failed IFV treatments. They've also had a miscarriage, and then last year, you may remember, Giuliana was diagnosed with breast cancer. Yeah, and she recently had a very successful double mastectomy. So this is just like a blessing for them.
Great news.
I know.
I'm so happy for them.
Yeah, and Giuliana's been on our show a few times, so I feel like I feel a little connection to her, so I'm really, really happy for them. So congratulations to the happy couple. You know, it just goes to show, keep on trying and you just never know.
Yeah, that's right. You know, good things happen every single day.
Absolutely.
And here was a good thing for this guy that he didn't fall down.
What
because
happened?
This is pretty crazy looking. Look at this video. It's like walking a tightrope, only harder, but that didn't stop this guy from the U.S. from crossing what's called a slack line. So a slack line is basically bouncier and looser, so even more dangerous. No net underneath him. Dean Potter, that's his name, conquered the Inchu Grand Canyon yesterday, bouncing more than 1,900 yards. Gosh, above sea level. Doesn't that just make your stomach drop?
Yes.
Yeah, he crossed a distance of 44 yards in just over 2 minutes, and at the end you're going to watch him pick up some speed. He's like, okay, look, he's got headphones on. Maybe he's listening. Does that help him focus? I'm not sure.
Maybe.
And then he's like almost there. And then there he goes. He made it. I mean, that is tough to watch. Can you imagine watching that live? That's what I mean, because at least you know, like, nothing bad's going to happen when you're watching it now, and it's even tough now. But can you imagine watching that live, like him bouncing over? Oh. Yeah.
Wow, I thought you were a thrill seeker.
Yep, nope. I got nothing on him.
Good for him. See, but that's not something I would recommend trying.
No.
I don't think so. You need a lot of training for something like that. Well, good for him. Okay, so musical theater, adventures, and tightrope walking. It's a good morning so far. Lots of adventures. And now, speaking of adventures, let's check in with Matt Mauro with this morning's headlines from KRQE News 13. Hi, Matt.
Good morning, ladies, and good morning to you at home. We start with not just one, but two kids who are missing in Albuquerque right now, and police need your help to find them. We don't know much about the children, but police tell us it looks like these are two separate incidents. So Let's start out with Valerie Davis. We know she's 12 years old and was last seen about 2:30 yesterday afternoon when she went for a walk near Forester and Mountain Northwest. She is 5'9", weighs 220 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. She's also last seen wearing a light blue shirt and blue jeans. Plus, Dennis Pillier, he's the other child who is missing this morning. He's 11 years old and was last seen riding his bike near San Pedro and Catherine last night. So far, police have not released a picture of Dennis, but they say he has dark skin and was riding a gold bike. If you know where either Dennis or Valerie might be this morning, please call police at 803-6838. The last time you saw him, he was spitting at our cameras. Now a career criminal is back behind bars this morning, facing charges that could put him away for a long time. This was Rodney Segura last September when he was spitting at one of our photographers on his way to jail. That was when police say he was at the center of a clever scheme by getting homeless people to go steal from home improvement stores, then finding receipts in the parking lot and using them to go return the stuff to get cash. Well, now police are trying to lump dozens of charges into one giant case and send Segura to prison for a long time.
Each case is a different case. There's 175 different cases. We just lumped into one because of how many times he's done it.
Police say Segura was originally given a $10,000 bond on the latest charges, but he disrespected the judge and got that bond raised to $15,000. A firefighter from Albuquerque continues the fight for his life this morning. Vincent Cordova is battling a rare and possibly Bredli Dane tumor. He's getting a lot of support, though, from people here, even those who have never met him. News 13's Gabrielle Burkhardt explains.
Swinging hips swept the dance floor at Albuquerque's Moose Lodge. Raffle tickets were sold. Food was shared. All of it to help Albuquerque firefighter Vincent Cordova.
He's just an inspiration overall with just the way he approached this whole situation. And I think that's why he's impacted so many other people, because of his positive attitude and his determination to win and to fight the fight.
Cordova's been battling a deadly brain tumor. Recently, he underwent an intense 3-day surgery to try and remove it, and the battle continues at home. The Moose Lodge fundraiser raised almost $5,000 in pre-sold raffle tickets alone, and the money kept coming.
We're going to donate $500.
Paula Narvaez helped organize the fundraiser. The support, she says, has been overwhelming.
My name is on the flyer, but without each and every person that has been in this room, this could not have taken place. Thanks.
Fellow firefighters also gathered in support. Retired firefighter Zeke Hernandez never fought a fire with Cordova, but says his current battle hits home.
It's pretty close to me because I just got diagnosed with lung cancer about a month ago.
When News 13 spoke with Cordova before his surgery last month, his wish was simple.
Right now, my biggest thing is prayer. Prayer is the most important thing to get me through everything.
His family's wish is still the same. The firefighter brotherhood has grown.
That makes me feel good because all firefighters are close. I mean, no matter what family you're with, you know, what department, you're all a family.
Gabrielle Burkhardt, KRQE News 13.
And it's not just those folks helping Mr. Cordova out. You might remember the other firefighters from his station are also helping him, giving him some of the $10,000 they won in the lottery a few weeks back. You can follow Cordova's story by heading to our website at krqe.com, clicking on news and news links. We certainly wish him the best. He still has a long road to recovery. Well, in case you missed it, yesterday was the 42nd annual Earth Day, but it seems that less and less people care about that now. A recent Harris poll shows that 34% of people say they're concerned about the future of the planet. That's down 9% in just 3 years. Well, despite that, Albuquerque is doing its part to be green, and it's showing despite all the traffic you see. The Daily Beast website says Duke City is the 20th greenest city in the country. The website says 34% of the people here are eco-conscious and 60% are into recycling, which, as you may have heard, is getting easier now that the city has started a curbside recycling program. Should be in all areas of the city by the end of this year. Well, this morning there are a lot of pets that are now in some happy homes thanks to the largest pet adoption in the state. Fetchapalooza was this weekend with 6,000 people and more than 500 pets finding new homes. Plus, there was a pet fashion show, demonstrations, and much more. Since Fetchapalooza started, almost 2,000 pets have found a home. Well, that does it for your morning headlines. Remember, you can catch more news, traffic, and weather every weekday morning starting at 4:30 right here on KRQE. And ladies, hope those dogs had a lot of water this weekend. It was really hot outside.
Yeah,
it
really was.
Very hot weekend.
Definitely. Well, we hope a lot of the pets got adopted, including the one that was on our show Friday. I'll have to check with Kenny and see if he got adopted. He was so cute. Did you get a chance? It was Tim.
I heard all about Tim. I did not get to see Tim, but I heard that he was the cutest and the most well-behaved puppy, dog, whatever we've had on the show.
By far, the best behaved.
Gosh, of course you get the nice dog. Do you remember what happened when you were out and it was Kenny and me? We had two dogs going at it, fighting.
I know. You got
from the lap. And then they just ran off. So it was a little
you
crazy.
got stuck with the running dogs. I got stuck with the one that just sat there peacefully and calm. Shockingly. You know, maybe because you're calm, they balanced you, and because I'm hyper, that balanced me. It's always
That's
possible.
a really good point.
You never know. Now, this is interesting, of course. A world with less breast cancer is a world with more birthdays. And to Casa Fox and our sister station KRQE are asking viewers to take a walk for breast cancer.
That's right. Making strides against breast cancer walks are truly inspiring breast cancer charity events where we honor survivors, raise awareness, and save lives. This year's walk is Sunday, April 29th.
Yes.
At the Cottonwood Mall.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, you know, earlier in the show, Giuliana just went through a really big scare with breast cancer, and now she's doing great. So, of course, early detection is such a big deal, and of course, continuing to find a cure and fight for it is going to keep a lot more people healthy, and longer lives is all we really strive for. So,
huge event. We hope you'll be a part of it.
Absolutely. And here's another huge event that was great. More than 600 kids got some new wheels as part of the Beds, Bikes, and Tikes event right here in Albuquerque, when several businesses, charities, and firefighters helped to put all the bikes together for underprivileged children earlier in the week. Now, the event included a bike safety course, food, and entertainment, and some of these little riders already have big plans for their bikes.
I'm gonna get in a parade at school.
He's going to get in a play at school. Isn't it adorable? Now, there was even a race afterwards, so everyone could test out their new ride. And so a big thank you goes out to all our friends at Mattress Firm for putting the event together. And on Friday's show, we had Kenny Thomas here, former Lobo. And, you know, it was a really, really good thing for these kids. What? Did you see that happy face?
He was so excited. I think I should have been there for the safety lessons.
I was going to say the same thing.
But they are so precious. That's just
adorable.
Yeah.
And it was a good weekend to be out and about, although, as Matt mentioned, you know, hopefully a lot of hydration going on because it was hot.
It was hot. I have the crisscrosses on my back from being out in like 10 minutes. You can burn super fast. I mean, this weather was so warm. New Mexicans were doing whatever they could to beat the heat. Tons of people packed Tingley Beach yesterday to soak up the warm weather, and it's probably going to get worse. Another hot summer for us with temperatures well above normal. Temperatures are expected to be in the 90s and 100s, very similar to what we had last year.
You think you can handle all that?
Yeah, I have a pool in my backyard.
So is that the plan?
Yes.
If it gets just too hot?
Yes. I live in the pool in the summer.
And you can blame the above normal temperatures this time once again on La Nina, though the good news is La Nina is showing signs of weakening, and so maybe by the end of the summer we'll be going more towards an El Nino, which will mean a winter that will be a little cooler and a little wetter for us. But in the meantime, try to stay out of the heat. I guess get in the swimming pool.
Well, I'll take the heat over what my family's dealing with today in New York. It's called snow. I mean,
they are.
Really?
Oh yeah, already almost a half a foot in some places.
Is
up
that
in the
shocking?
Northeast. Yeah, they're freezing. My parents too, over in South Carolina, had to bring all their plants in because of the freeze. So we're baking though. That's how it always is. Eastern half of the nation is cool while we're hot, and the hot weather's sticking around.